goes up. If God controls everything, then Bez is right. God has failed us. God is evil. If God is controlling everything going on in Israel and Palestine, or with Israel and Palestine and Gaza, God is the devil. Based on how you're presenting God. And this is what I mean when I say people who think like this, they lack accountability. They think that God is in control of everything. No, Vons, you are in control of everything. But we always want to pass off accountability and responsibility to other people, whether it's blaming white people, whether it's God, whether it's this, whether it's that. It's always this victimhood mentality of us just not understanding, like, hey, God doesn't control whether I get up today and go work out. God doesn't control if I get up today and decide to go to work. God doesn't control if I get up today and decide to want to smoke weed and play video games all day.
Oh my God.
I don't believe that God failed us because I don't believe that God is in control of everything. But for people that do believe God is in control of everything, like Vons wrote, God controls everything, even your next one. Vons, God controls everything, even your next move. And this is why Black people are where we are. Vons, God controls everything. So let's say, okay, so God controls everything. This is where this religious argument always goes up. If God controls everything, then Bez is right. God has failed us. God is evil. If God is controlling everything going on in Israel and Palestine, or with Israel and Palestine and Gaza, God is the devil. Based on how you're presenting God. And this is what I mean when I say people who think like this, they lack accountability. They think that God is in control of everything. No, Vons, you are in control of everything. But we always want to pass off accountability and responsibility to other people, whether it's blaming white people, whether it's God, whether it's this, whether it's that. It's always this victimhood mentality of us just not understanding, like, hey, God doesn't control whether I get up today and go work out. God doesn't control if I get up today and decide to go to work. God doesn't control if I get up today and decide to want to smoke weed and play video games all day. Does God control all that? No, that's you. Stop blaming God for everything. And if you only give God credit for the positive things, that's why they had to create a devil. You can't say that God is in control of everything, but then the bad things, oh no, that's the devil. Is God control of everything or not? It's like the most delusional. This is Santa Claus, bro. Yo, Bad's going off. Bad's going off. And you know what's crazy? So I'm going to highlight what Bez wrote. And you know why I'm going to highlight it? Is because Bez, that's exactly what humanity has shown. People will see what Bez wrote and get offended by it. Why do you get offended by that? Are you offended by what's going on in Israel and Palestine? Because that's a representation of F God, in my opinion. If God represents our connectedness to each other and us living in harmony together, then when we see evil happening throughout the world and just wars, period, this is why I always say, yo, I'm against war. There's no justification for war, period.
First and foremost, want to give a huge shout out to everybody that continues to tap in with us, like and subscribe and join our community. If you haven't already, please make sure that you do. We look forward to engaging in some dope combo with you that can help us all elevate. So like, subscribe, and maybe even share the video if you're feeling real generous. On that note, we'll let you get back to the video. See you soon. Ew.
If you justify war, you're saying F God. So don't get offended by what Bez wrote. Get offended by all the representations of people actually carrying out what Bez wrote. That's just my opinion. That's why we thank him in the good and the bad. So you thank God for the bad. Okay. All right. People, people can look at God however they look at it. People can look at God however they want to look at it. People can look at God however they want to look at it. But based on how you look at it, this would be my question. Okay, so based on how you look at it, then Bez is right. If you think God controls everything, people who believe God controls everything, in my opinion, are the laziest people in the world. The laziest people in the world. But that's just my opinion. Let's keep going.
And we need to use politics to change society. Because when you
hold up, how lazy are we? This man created the entire universe. So let's say God created everything, right? Now he's got to run everything. Damn, like you still relying on your parents for everything? They raised you the right way. They created an environment for you to flourish in. And now you still got to put, they're tired. Let God chill. He did his job. Can we help God out a little bit? Can we take some responsibility and accountability in solving our issues? Damn. And you're right. Like Queen said, that's why you can't argue religion. Make it make sense. I don't understand this. And when I say I don't understand this, I do understand it. I just don't rock with it. I'm like, damn, wake up. Like, wake up. They really convince people like this is a true like slave mentality, in my opinion. Like from the core, like what do you think when Europeans were enslaving black people and teaching them one form of the Bible, like this is what they were teaching. In my opinion, Vaughn's viewpoint on religion is exactly what the slave masters wanted his viewpoint to be. God is in control of everything. Thank God for the good and the bad. Thank God for you being enslaved. Maybe it'll teach you some skills and traits, but y'all got mad. Hold up. We got mad at Governor DeSantis when he said that, right? When Governor DeSantis said that slavery taught black people some skills, or that they left that in one of the books or something in Florida. There was a book that they decided to leave that in, or DeSantis was condoning this, or something that DeSantis got in trouble for. People got mad at him for saying that black people learned a lot of skills and learned a lot of tools and skills to be successful in life during slavery. Based on what Bonds is saying, I guess we got to thank God for slavery. We got to thank God for everything. So if we're thanking God for slavery, Bonds, let me ask you this. If you're thanking God for the good and the bad, and you're thanking God for slavery, then why are you still using slavery and white supremacy as an excuse as far as why we're not successful now? Why not just blame God? Let's continue.
look at the strategy of like the Jews as an example, they're 2% of the population, but they have this extraordinary influence. That's because they go for the locus of power. They're in LA, they're in New York City, they're in DC. These are the most powerful cities in the world. They're in San Francisco, they're in El Segundo. They're striking at the locus of power. And from the locus of power proceeds the cultural standards, proceeds these dominant narratives in the education system from academia. And so I'm really a believer, not in as much saying, oh, white people in general need to have more kids. Certainly that's a good thing. But it's more like I want the most brilliant, elite human capital, the smartest, richest, best white people to become as powerful as possible, take over the institutions, and from the institutions promulgate a message of fertility, racial solidarity, national solidarity, and national consciousness. That's kind of where I'm at. And I don't think you'd even disagree, but it's just kind of like going a little step further on that.
No, y'all see how petty I am? If you tuned into the beginning of the show, you heard me having a conversation with Zachariah when he said that this doesn't apply to Fuentes. Fuentes doesn't speak specifically on white people and promoting white success. Zachariah, if you're still here, this is what I'm referring to. And he said it in other cases as well. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I saw my brother Boog in the building. I didn't see him earlier. I don't know if Boog's still in the building. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, wait. What did Joy write? What did Joy write? Hold on. Hold on, man. I'm missing a whole bunch of these comments. My apologies. I missed what Joy wrote. My fault. Yo, keep the comments coming. I appreciate y'all. I'm trying to catch up with as many as I can. But to give Joy credit and Ebony credit, right, Joy, we are co-creators in this human experience. The co-part, let's work with God, right? God, like at least, can we at least say, all right, we got to work with God. He ain't in control of everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? All right, even if you believe that he's in control of some stuff, okay, cool. But to say that he's in control of everything, it's just lazy in my opinion. It's just lazy in my opinion. It's just lazy. All right, now y'all going back and forth. 24K in the building. Stop playing with us. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, tap in, tap in. All right, so let's let me pivot for a second. And this is why I have an issue when the conversation tends to go into nationalism. This is why I have an issue. I want to take a look at this Dr. Umar video. Where's Dr. Umar at? Dr. Umar, where you at? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. I love this. I love this. I love this, man. I love y'all, man. I swear I love y'all. I love y'all. There's no way this can't be aligned with my purpose. I enjoy this too much. I feel the life coming through me. There's no way that this can't be part of my purpose. Forget the money, forget all. This is why I've completely shifted my mind. Like, yo, the money, forget all that. Yo, forget all that. I'm purpose driven. I'm purpose driven. Let me share this screen. Let me share this screen. Hold on. 29K in the building. Stop playing with us, man. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.